What's going on, everybody? We are here for UFC 240, Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. Hope you guys have been enjoying the prelims. They've been up and down, but overall good fights tonight. Just getting everything open. I'm mad I'm missing that Tank Davis fight. Not a huge boxing fan, but I think that's going to be a good one. I think he's going to show out. Alright, just checking everything off. Guys, if you notice a new background, is because I am not in my normal setting. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm so loyal to you guys that I'm still here to watch and enjoy these fights. Starting out with a middleweight bout. I can't say I expect fireworks, but I'm hoping for a good one. Hey, what's going on, man? How's it going? My day is good, man. My day is good. I'm out of state right now, traveling. Had a good time today. Went to the beach, relaxed. Now here to watch these fights. I just noticed the name of the video carried through. Let me fix that. Give me 2 seconds. No point of being on here if they can't find me, right? Some good walkout music. Jump around. Jump, jump. Let's see, UFC 240 live. Update that, and there we go. Jocko has a mean Vegeta tattoo on his left arm. I like it. I support that all day. Haven't got a new tattoo in so long, man. About to go out and just get a Vegeta one just cause. I know they're trying to sell the fight Joe Rogan is right now. Talking about how explosive, of athletic, etc. The Jocko is. But I don't know, man. I'm don't understand how this one made it to the main card. To be honest with you, but these are the type of fights that surprise you. So fingers crossed. Marc Andre being Canadian. Don't think I've seen Marc Andre fight before, to be honest. Let's see a lot of finishes. We'll see, man. We'll see. Just ready to get the action going. I've been up all day running around. I'm just gonna pump myself full of coffee, and we're gonna power through this thing. Luckily, I know once we get to the third fight, we'll be good to go. Jeff Neal versus Nico Price. Someone's getting finished some way. That's gonna be a really good one. Olivier versus Armin. I think that's gonna be a grind fest. I originally had Alban Mercier, but I went and watched a fight or two of Armin's, and he's a powerful guy for that weight class, man. We'll see. Bruce Buffer looking fly as always. Get him. Yeah, man, that's what my friends are doing. Playing GTA 5 without me. That's funny. Yeah, yes, you did. You did tell me that. And you were not lying. He looks like he's a problem. What state am I in right now? I'm in Massachusetts, man. Not too far from Boston. Whoa, bro. But it is beautiful up here. But like I said in the beginning, no way I was missing this with you guys, man. We are out here. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking Jocko as well. I don't know much about the Canadian guy, but I mean the other guy. What is his name? Barriot. But I'm gonna go Joko. Jocko. Sorry about that. Yeah, my friend was telling me about that glitch too. I'll be on there eventually. Oh man. 1 second, guys. They might have got us with the link. If we have to switch, we will. Give me 2 seconds. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Clinch up against Cage. Marc Andre. Pretty nice defense right now. He has an underhook and a wizard on the left side, but he might want to jack that underhook up a little bit so that Jocko can't reshoot on him. This is the game of inches right here, or centimeters really. There's waiting for the other to make a mistake. Jocko, in my opinion, should try to level change and reshoot or disengage and just land some nice shots while he has him against the cage. But see now, Jocko reversed against the cage now. Not a horrible position, but he did lose that little bit of advantage that he had. Nice knee to the body from Marc Andre. Jocko still working the takedown. Going for that left leg of Marc Andre. Just kneeing that leg. Not anything drastic, but it can add up. Marc Andre going forward. Nice leg kick. Cross from Jocko, blocked mostly. As was the rest of that combo. Tell you what, Marc Andre looks like a tank. He's pretty big for this division. Maybe not the tallest, but he's a pretty wide, like wide shouldered. Oh, nice uppercut from Jocko. Marc Andre coming in with some hooks. Nice uppercut. Back to the center of the octagon. Ooh. Marc Andre landed a nice body shot, but 8-2 from Jocko for it. Both guys a couple good shots. Marc Andre's landing some nice hits in the clinch against the cage right now. Really close round so far. Still up for grabs with 1 minute left. Jocko trying to work that shot. Oh, able to lift him with a single leg. Marc Andre pops right back up, but you gotta be really strong to lift a man up like that with a single leg. Marc Andre going in for a shot. Gets a double leg deep. Slams him. Doesn't follow his hips down to the ground. Just lays on him on top. And Jocko able to just duck him right off him. Really good takedown from Marc Andre, but bad follow through. Wonder if he's tired or if that was just a mistake. I have not played the new update of GTA, but as soon as I get off here, I will be playing the new update of GTA. If I don't pass out. Haven't had a chance to play it just yet. I thought it was a close round. If you look at the stats, Jocko landing more. Really curious to see how they'll score that. Hey, what's going on? Am I going to be watching the Gervonta Davis fight? I want to. If uh, if this ends in time, then I will. But most likely it's not. That main card started at 9. I think it was only 3, 4 fights on the main card. The Davis fight's probably going to start within like an hour. This card's not going to be over till at least 12:30, 1 o'clock. So if I can, I will. But I'm probably going to miss that. Last week, anybody that tuned in, we watched the UFC card. It started at the same time as Pacquiao Thurman. We were able to switch right over to Pacquiao Thurman. It was perfectly timed. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that tonight, unfortunately. Jocko now against the cage. Marc Andre landing some nice punches and elbows in the clinch. Yeah, I heard about that glitch. Jocko tried to lead with an elbow, missed, but did land a cross. Marc Andre might be down around. He needs to be pretty aggressive. He's coming forward, but he's not doing anything with it. Jocko, nice knee, cross. Marc Andre still walking forward, has Jocko backing up against the fence. This is when he needs to throw. Or he had a really good double leg. Not a bad idea to shoot again right now. But he's not landing even though he's walking forward. He's getting tagged. Nothing huge, but Jocko's definitely scoring more often. Jocko now able to reverse that position. Get Marc Andre against the cage. Jocko stalking a little bit, but Marc Andre able to back him up. Jocko now comes forward. Nice uppercut. Lands a couple. Most of that combo was blocked, but he did land a few. I don't think any boxing rules will be changed after that death. It was unfortunate, but it was the first in the last 10 years. It's not happening every day, and I mean, yeah, I don't see the rules changing. Boxing's been around for a long time. They've changed the rules a bunch of times, but I don't see anything substantial happening. I mean, what rule do you guys think they could really change to avoid that? Because they did stop that fight when the cornerman said he was worried about his fighter. So I don't know. It's really sad, but I'm not sure that they can change anything about that in the rules to avoid that in the future. Ooh, nice uppercut off the break from Jocko. Kick to the body as well. Jocko looking to be the fresher guy. Again, Marc Andre's stalking him, like coming forward. A lot of pressure, but he's not working a jab, not working a leg kick, not using anything to really get in. So he just gets tagged, keep walking forward, get tagged, keep walking forward. Jocko mixing it up though. Not landing anything crazy, but he is throwing combos as he just lands an uppercut. Marc Andre goes for a grappling exchange. Has Jocko against the cage. Lands a nice little short elbow. Tries to land another one. Eats a couple knees to the body. Jocko does good in that Muay Thai clinching. I think he should use that a little more often. Oh, nice knee to the body from Marc Andre, but does get spin around. Now against the cage. Jocko shooting, lowering, changing levels for a double leg. Switches to a single. Yeah, I mean, if they change it for some type of mandatory care after fights, knockouts, TKOs, that'd be positive. Nice knee to the body from Jocko. The crowd's booing. I'm not really sure why. This isn't the craziest fight in the world, but both guys are working. Not a fan of ungrateful ass crowds. You were getting a motherfucking UFC fight. These dudes are out there putting on the line. And I understand if they're just like nothing but hugging against the cage, doing nothing. I get that. But both these guys are working. What are you booing? What's wrong with you? A double leg attempt from Mark. Kinda slams Jocko, but Jocko lands on top. Joe Rogan said good luck scoring this fight, but I'm going with Jocko. I mean, I gave first round to Mark Andre. I think it's 1-1, but it's very positive that Jocko is up 2 right now. I mean, yeah, the only thing I can really say about that fighter dying is that it's sad. Not really sure. What I will say, what I don't like about boxing is they have a 10 count. I think if you get knocked down and have 10 seconds to get up, you might still have a concussion or two, but able to get up and continue fighting. That's scary to me. Like, that's. People say UFC is brutal, but they either get knocked out or they shell up and can't take no more and the ref stops it. They don't get knocked out and then get a few seconds to get up. Here we go, the third and final round. For all we know, it could be 1-1 right now. Let's see who takes this round. Jocko with Mark Andre against the cage. The ref saying, let's fight. You hear that crowd booing. He's like, don't get me fired, y'all. Stop playing. I'm trying to come back. That is Herb Dean. He will have a job till the end of time. Jocko with a single leg attempt, unable to finish. Now shooting for the double leg. Mark Andre saying, let's go. Tries to lead with a couple looping hooks. Mark does, misses both. And he's losing those clinch exchanges to Jocko. Mark Andre has a good double leg. I'm not sure why he's not going for it more. Because he's losing these striking exchanges, in my opinion. At least since, like, mid-first round on. Good uppercuts by Jocko. Knee. Mark Andre keeps trying to lead in with these looping Mike Tyson hooks. It's not your game, bro. He does land a nice uppercut in the clinch. Jocko with the jab. Another jab. Mark again, a lot of forward pressure as he's a kick to the body. But he's not using anything to get in there and have any type of effective offense on Jocko. Jocko now has Mark against the cage again, trying to go for that double leg. Mark does have good takedown defense. I'll give him that. Yeah, there's always 5 fights for the pay-per-view. I don't think boxing will ever take out the 10 count. I think that's a part of boxing forever. Oh, nice elbow from Mark. 2 minutes left. In my opinion, Mark needs to go for a finish. Jocko has pretty good knees, but he's kind of tired right now. That wasn't the cleanest technique. Mark still coming forward. Does land a nice right. Has Jocko against the cage. He needs to disengage and throw. Nice elbow. Another elbow from Mark. Lead elbow from Jocko blocked. Body kick blocked as well. I think Mark knows that he needs to go for a finish now. Joe just took the words out of my mouth. Jocko looks very tired. Still throwing though. I think he's trying to throw just to keep Mark off him because he knows Mark is just trying to throw bombs. Oh, perfectly timed double leg from Jocko. Yeah, Jocko's just going to ride out the rest of this round and take that W. Let's go to the stats. See what's been going on. (103 strikes landed for Jocko. 58 significant strikes. And of course, that last minute takedown with about 20 seconds left in the fight. Oh, this is surprising. I didn't realize they both landed the same amount of strikes in the clinch almost. But Jocko landed way better elbows in the clinch, way better knees. We've seen crazy decisions before. Let's see what they do here. I give it to Jocko though. Maybe all three rounds, but definitely the second and third. Who do I think wins the main event? I have Max Holloway. I think at 145, Max Holloway. I don't see who's like anyone who's going to beat him as of right now in that division. I think 145 belongs to Max Holloway for until he says otherwise. I'm a Frankie fan, man. Frankie's a Jersey guy. I've been a Frankie fan forever, but yeah, I would like to see Frankie Edgar move down to 135. To be honest with you, he wasn't the he wasn't the biggest 155er when he was champion, which says a lot about him. Uh, Times changed, weight cutting changed, and you saw 155ers get bigger and bigger. And Frankie Edgar's short uh, but successful reign end. Then he moved down to 145, looked great, but still not the biggest 145er. Fights Aldo, who is pretty big for 145, and wasn't able to beat him. I think at 135, Frankie Edgar, for the first time, won't be an undersized fighter. And I think that's scary because Frankie Edgar is fantastic everywhere. Wait, this is about to be a split decision? Guys, what? All right, at least they gave it to Jocko, but split decision. These judges take some fantastic illegal substances. Who gave that fight to him? That's insane. Tony, your wish shall be granted, my friend. Merry Christmas. Guys, if you are joining me for the first time, we are here for UFC 240. Whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, please subscribe and give a thumbs up to the video. I appreciate it. Also, do not forget we have a contest going on. Get 5 people to subscribe to either my YouTube and or my Twitch, and then at you on any of my videos, and I will enter you in my contest to win $100 of official UFC merchandise. Real, shipped to any address you give me. If you're lucky enough to win, I might even let you pick it out. I will announce the winner of that event during one of the August cards. I haven't picked which card, but I will announce it on a video next week, whether it be my fight predictions or my next live broadcast for Dana White's Contender Series next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, and get 5 people to subscribe, and you will be entered in my contest to win $100 of real official UFC gear. Am I asking for too much? If you have not been watching Dana White's Contender Series, you have been missing out. This 3rd season of Dana White's Contender Series, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, has been insane. Trust me, I'm not getting paid to say that. I thoroughly have enjoyed every single Dana White Contender Series card this season. I believe we're about to be on episode 7 this Tuesday. Last card, they gave away 4 contracts. The episode before that, 4 contracts. The episode before that, 5 contracts. Nothing but knockouts, submissions, and wars. You do not need to miss these fights. And the best thing about it is that it's on ESPN Plus. Very few commercials at all. It flies. It takes about 2 hours to get through the fights altogether. Man, I haven't regretted it yet. So catch me on my next broadcast for Dana White's Contender Series, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Nick Diaz returns. Can't wait for that. Oh, my God. Do not get me started talking about some Nathan Diaz, man. That is my fucking guy. I have been a fan of the Diaz brothers forever. I can't wait to see Nate come back. Nate only comes back for one reason, and that's a paycheck. Pay that man, Dana White. Stop playing. I don't understand how Dana White mismanages the gold that is the Diaz brothers so poorly. It is ridiculous. To be able to capitulate and work side by side Conor McGregor, which as a businessman he absolutely should, but then have such an issue working with the Diaz brothers is insane to me. Yes, they're different characters. Yes, they have different things to say about Dana and the UFC, but they're both, all 3 of them are gold. Won't compare anybody's money earning potential to Conor McGregor because he obviously is the GOAT as far as that is concerned in MMA. But Nate and Nick are as big a stars as you're going to find under that. Like, they are definitely that next tier. Wondering if we ever see Nick again in the UFC, to be honest with you. But Nate versus Anthony Pettis at 170, because why the hell not? Like, what better of a Diaz comeback can Nate make than that? That is going to be exciting. That is not going to go all 3 rounds. To be honest with you, though, I wish it was a 5-rounder just in case it doesn't end via finish. A 5-round fight between Anthony Pettis and Nate Diaz? Who the fuck isn't showing up to that? Come on. I don't see Nick coming back either, man. I'm not sure. Nick has a lot of money. People play around and talk about he needs this and that. If Nick really needed money, you don't think he'd come back and fight? Think about it. Like, come on, man. They have a lot of side businesses as well. But I'm really happy to see Nate coming back nonetheless. I will take a Nate Diaz fight any day. This card, oh, man. Yeah, August 17th, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. I definitely will be on for that card. UFC 241. Daniel Cormier versus Stipe. Anthony Pettis for Nate Diaz. Yo Romero versus Paulo Costa, the battle of the action figures. Like, come on. That's going to be an amazing card, guys. And I know y'all are going to join me. Stop playing. We got to see that one together. Who else you going to watch it with? Oh man. Next Saturday, let me give me 2 seconds, and I will run down the next UFC card. There's a couple Bellator cards coming up too in August. I know I want to see MVP come back after losing for the first time. Really want to see what he shows us. I've always been an MVP supporter, so MVP, do not let me down. Of all the things you have to fight for, put not disappointing Mike Jesse top of the list, bro. Easy top 3. Just getting the stats ready for the next fight, and then we are going to check out when the next UFC card is. And I believe it is, off the top of my head, before I look, not cheating, I promise you. I think it is Kobe Covington versus Robbie Lawler. Willing to bet money on it. Who got 100? Who got 100 on it? What's up? I'm going to bet you the $100 that I'm giving away in UFC merchandise. How's that? Guys, I am good. There's a reason I'm here. You know what I mean? Kobe Covington versus Robbie Lawler next week, August 3rd. But what I am confused about is this thing is saying that it starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But it's in New Jersey. Why would it start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in New Jersey? I understand if it was in like Dubai. What is going on here? I'm going to get more info on that, guys. But if it does start at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, then I will see you at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, we have Darko versus Kennedy, Scott Holtzman versus Dong Han Ma, Trevin Giles versus Gerald Mirchet, Joaquim Silva versus, I am not going to mangle that man's name like that, Jim Miller versus Clay Guida. Battle of the Legends right there. How about that? And Kobe Covington versus Robbie Lawler. Obviously, another very top-heavy card. Guys, I would complain about it, but then look at the next card, that Daniel Cormier card. So I'll let them get away with a couple weeks of top-heavy cards. How about you? Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining, man. Again, guys, like I was saying, this guy, Armin, is really, 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 really strong for this division. I had my pick. A gentleman who is with us right now said to me, I don't know, man. This guy's a savage. I went and checked out a couple of his fights, and he is indeed a savage. So, yes, I switched my pick. Armin is coming with the problems against Mercier. Oh, come on, man. You cannot forget about Kobe Covington, the real welterweight champion, defending his belt against Robbie Lawler. Yo, he is hilarious. He for real believes that too. Who wants to take this bet that Kobe Covington is going to come out with his belt and have one of his coaches put that belt, that interim title that I'm not sure if he was stripped of it or not. Very confused about that. But I promise you someone will put that around his waist if he beats Robbie Lawler. Guaranteed. Going for the Canadian gangster. I don't blame you, man. I did have him. I did have him. I did. I did. He was my early pick, but yeah. So did Dana White come out? So Dana did come out and say that he was stripped. If so, it's even funnier that Kobe keeps calling himself the champ. Not a Kobe fan, but he does deserve a title shot if he gets, because he got that interim title. Just like I believe Tony Ferguson, after he got stripped from his interim title, I thought he should only fight for a title after that. If you whether I like you or not, whether I'm a fan or not, if you win an interim title, your next fight is for the real title. Like, why else have an interim championship? Why am I supposed to care about an interim title if he's not fighting a champ next? So you're pretty much just trying to sell a pay-per-view. Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know Olivier was 30 years old. Armin, the shorter fighter by 2 inches, but with a 2.5 inch reach advantage. If this is not your first time joining me, I say it's one thing to have a reach advantage, another thing to use it. One of my favorite examples, Stefan Struve, the tallest fighter to ever fight in the UFC at 6'11", but never developing a jab or any type of outside game. Stefan Struve fan, but was very happy he retired. One for one, that's starting out better than we did last card, man. I'll take 50-50 all day. Not the loudest crowd I've ever heard either. You would think they would root for the home guys at least a little louder. Not liking this crowd. I know next week Jersey better show out. I was considering going, but I'd rather be here with y'all. And I can't do that from the stadium, unfortunately. Until I get 1,000 subscribers, and then your boy can go live on his phone. YouTube is petty. There you go, buddy. Enjoy that. Guys, we are live for UFC 240. Mercier versus Armin. Nice ankle pick by Armin. Olivier able to literally crawl out of danger. Armin with Olivier against the cage. Has a single leg. He is not letting go of that thing. Olivier really was yanking that leg, but unable to get free at first. He's still in danger, even in his 50-50 position against the cage. Ooh, nice head kick from Armin. Even if those things are blocked, they hurt. Tries to go for an axe kick, Armin does. Nowhere close, though. Ooh, nice knee from Olivier. I'm not even sure if he meant to land the knee. It might have been a kick that just landed short from Armin coming in a little bit. Armin catches that body kick. Olivier's plan is when I get single-legged, I am going to crawl really fast to the cage. And it's working because he's then able to use that cage to walk up. Armin, like I said before, very strong, able to pull him off the cage just enough just to pull him down. Not let him get back up to his feet. Olivier doing well controlling that left wrist of Armin to allow Olivier to use his right arm to keep his base. Armin landed some shots. Every time he lands a couple shots, Olivier has to go back and try to control that hand. Olivier thinks about hitting a switch. Changes his mind, though. Not sure he wants to create that scramble with Armin. When you're at a certain level of grappling, of wrestling, a simple switch isn't going to be enough to reverse that position on someone like Armin. Armin needs to get his knees off the ground in order to take down Olivier. He's waiting for Olivier just to make a mistake so he can get his back or dunk him if he tries to get up too fast. That's the pressure that I was talking about. This is why I changed my pick. Just knee in the back of the leg of Olivier, Armin is. Not doing much, but trying to stay busy. Trying to stay in a dominant position. Score. Oh, lands an elbow. Another one. Definitely Armin's round. Follow me, Josh. I got you. Don't worry. Damn, that fight is over in 2 rounds. Come on. Tell me Tank won, though, at least. One thing about boxing, man, a lot of times they give those guys some gimme fights. There's not many gimme fights over here. Anybody who saw that Pacquiao-Thurman fight, though, I don't know if they thought Thurman was going to walk over Pacquiao because he was old, but whew, Pacquiao looked great out there. Might be 1 for 2. Yeah, I think so too, man. Armin is out here. Let's see how Olivier looks this round. Ooh, nice cross from Olivier. Yeah, he's got to make Armin respect his power if he's going to have any hopes of keeping him off him. Nice kick to the body from Olivier. Old Armin returns one. The main event tonight is Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. The co-main is Chris Cyborg versus Felicia Spencer. Also, do not miss that third fight, Jeff Neal versus Nico Price. That's not going to last long, I promise. Mike Jesse MMA is not held responsible for any promises not kept. Olivier trying to work some grappling against the cage. Both men disengage back to the center of the octagon. Armin trying to stick his jab out there, but not sure if he's fully committing or not. Throws a couple kicks. Ooh, nice leg kick from Armin. Body kick from Olivier. Ooh, nice left hook from Armin. Oh, Armin goes in for a shot. And Olivier lands a nasty knee. Armin grabs the leg. That was definitely the most significant shot to land this fight so far. Armin doesn't look like he's dazed or phased at all from that knee now. Like he shook it off. He needs to stop sticking that lazy jab out there, though. If you're going to throw a jab, throw it. Step into it. Throwing a lazy jab and then just trying to land the cross, that's is not going to be enough to land consistently against Olivier. Head kick attempt from Olivier. Armin with the double leg attempt. Unable to be successful on that attempt, but grabs a single leg. Has that really tight against his body. Olivier doing the right thing. Going right back against the cage. He's trying to sprawl that leg out. Using his right arm to get the underhook. Both men back to the center of the octagon. Ooh. Nice hook from Armin. He has a nice left hook when he throws it. Better than that lazy jab. Kick to the body from Olivier. Ooh, nice left hook from Olivier. That landed really stiff. Followed up with a nice jab, too. Olivier definitely winning this round, in my opinion. He's getting the better of these striking exchanges. Armin trying to get aggressive towards the end of the round. Lands a couple strikes with most blocked. He has a nice body kick, though. That was a good round. I would give it to Olivier. I think it's 1-1 going into the third, guys. Let's get these stats real quick. Armin landing more than 20 strikes over Olivier. Let's see where these strikes are taking place, because that's not what I saw. Wow. Yeah, these stats aren't even adding up. Think UFC's lying to us, guys. Well, yeah, that's only counting significant strikes. I'm not seeing all these strikes that Armin's landing. Have it 1-1. I think Joe agrees. Let's go, guys. Third round. Oh, Harmon comes out swinging. Landed a nice right hook twice. Shoots double leg. Back to a single. Olivier has really good takedown defense. I'm sure when you have a fighter like Armin in your sights, you're training that regularly, all the time, non-stop during that training camp. Because the thing about Armin, a lot of guys, they'll get a double leg, not able to get it, so they'll get a body lock, get you against the cage, maybe try to shoot a double leg again. People like Armin, people like Khabib, you see them switching from a double to the single, to the body lock, then back to a double, like chain wrestling. Daniel Cormier. But Olivier able to alleviate that by just rushing to the cage, using that to balance and keep standing. So far, it's really successful. Try to get a takedown on Armin. Just using a body lock, though, wasn't enough because Armin wound up on top. With 3.5 minutes left, this is not where Olivier wants to be, especially if it's 1-1. Armin could 100% just ride this out, staying minimally active, and win this fight. Joe Rogan echoing what I just said. This could very well be how Armin wins this fight. Oh, Armin postures up. Lands a pretty good hit. He's staying active. Olivier trying to strike from the bottom, just pretty much out of frustration, trying to score. I'm sure he's thinking like, okay, I can't get up, but this guy's not doing anything. Maybe if I land a couple, I can swing the judges, which I feel like most judges, that's not how you swing them to your way if you're on the bottom in that position. You're not winning the round. Armin trying to advance. Armin posturing up again. Not landing anything to knock Olivier out, but he's doing enough to stay active. So that's going to be 3.5 minutes if he rides this out of him on top. Which, in my opinion, that's the fight right there. I was about to say, if you're Olivier, you need to be throwing up submissions and you need to be frantically trying to create a scramble. Like, it doesn't matter if you get caught, because if you stay in this position, you lose. trying to arm triangle from the bottom. Olivier was, but I've literally never seen that in the but seen a finish via that in the UFC. If you're throwing an arm triangle, you're like on mount and switching to side control. Right now, Olivier has a closed guard. There's 45 seconds left of this fight. If you lose this round, you lose this fight. You should not have a closed guard. They're both landing some elbows. Of course, the judges are going to score Armin's elbows 5 times his match points um, than what Olivier's landing on the bottom. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Armin won this fight. Definitely this round. You see the strike differential. Armin more than doubling the strikes of Olivier Mercier. I think the fight was a lot closer than the stats say, but overall, I mean, I'm pretty sure Armin won, and not just because I picked him to win. Guys, this next fight though, whoo, I am genuinely excited for it. It is going to be a banger. I don't see it going past the second round. Both guys only with 2 losses, being Jeff Neal and Nico Price. Oh, hold on 1 second. They're going to read off the winner. Bruce Buffer mixing mixing his words up. He's like, by split, I mean unanimous. Those are two different things, man. You've been doing this too long, Bruce. Can't be making mistakes. Yeah, right. Yeah. First time I ever heard him make a mistake. Going for Neil next. I am also going for Neil. For the next 3 fights, I have Neil, Cyborg, and Max. All by finishes. Let's go. There are some storylines in these co-main and main event, though. We will dig into that after the Jeff Neal Nico Price fight. Let's look into their records. Oh, they're doing a promo for Kobe Covington and Robbie fight. It's gonna be a good fight, y'all. Regardless of what you feel about Kobe Covington, that's gonna be a good fight. Kobe trying to create the story of Robbie leaving the team and being a traitor. That's funny. I'm with it, man. I don't care. If you have to create beefs in your head to get you motivated, I'm with it. Why not? At the end of the day, it's going to be a pressuring, grinding wrestler, and Kobe Covington versus Robbie Lawler, who has some of the best uh, power strikes in the division, some of the best wrestling defense in the division, some of the best defensive jiu-jitsu in the division. And he looked really, really powerful in that Ben Askren fight. I do think he went out cold with that choke, which you guys have heard me say before. And I think he woke right back up. Didn't realize it, but he still looked really strong in that fight. Really strong. Neil coming off a fight over Bilal Muhammad. Fights before that against Camacho, against Kamosi, Walden. 6 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. Jeff Neal's a finisher, man. And Nico Price is a brawler. It's going to be exciting. They were talking about the Ben Askren Damian Maya fight. I think we talked about this last week, guys, as well. But I think that's a good fight for both guys. I think honestly they just don't want to see Damian Maya take out any more young guys. They're like, bro, you're like 45. You need to stop taking our young boys out with your crazy snake oil jiu-jitsu. Nico Price coming off a fight over Means, winning that fight. Oh, did have a really quick knockout loss to Al Hassan back in 2018. But before that was coming off a win over Randy Brown, and you guys saw how Randy Brown looked his last fight. Yeah, Price, he gets a couple wins and a loss, a couple wins and a loss. But he does have 8 knockouts and 3 submissions. Only one of his wins are by decision, which translates to he either knocks somebody out or gets knocked out. Let's see which one it's about to be. If I'm correct, I think he's about to get that KO. I'm not going to lie to you. But we will see, guys. This is a competitive matchup. Definitely not a gimme fight at all for either man. Yeah, I think I have Robbie on that fight as well, man. I think I have Robbie by TKO. Yeah, let's see. I'm hoping 5 for 5. I need to make up for last week. My picks were off, off, off. Yeah, and Ben won't get knocked out from a Damian Maya. Absolutely. It's a good fight for his return. Making coffee. Coffee. Can you make some? Jeff Neal's really big for this division as well. The amount of weight cutting people do in the UFC is scary. Oh, they showed Nico Price's submission win, one of his last submission wins. That was a nasty sub. Josh jumped on my Facebook and said, "Now I'm on this stream. Where would I be next?" That is hilarious. Yo, Nico looks insane. Do you see that look in that man's eyes? That man is coming to scrap. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready. Let's go. As they say, Nico Price in his interview, pretty much saying, "I just like fighting, period." I believe it. That's all it says in his eyes right now. Y'all want some? Yeah, Joe Rogan just as excited about this fight as I am. I agree with him. This is the second most anticipated fight on this card, next to Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. Guys, bear with me again. Not home, traveling, very long weekend. I need some more coffee fuel. I think with a win for either guy, top 15 might be a calling. Or at the very least, their next matchup being against a top 15 fighter. Very similar in stature. Neil being 5'11 to Nico's 6 foot, 75 and 76-inch reach advantage, respectively. Again, as we look at the stats on the right of your screen, both guys are finishers. Both finishing about a third of their fights via knockout alone. Both guys' average fight time being under 10 minutes. 5 minutes and 48 seconds to be exact for Nico. Woo. He gets in, he gets out, and he catches dumb damn checks. Yeah, yeah. Neil works in a restaurant as well. He says, "Yeah, man. As a server, can you believe that man who's out here taking bodies is also going to serve at a restaurant? That's crazy, man. He's a professional athlete. He trains his ass off. If you watch anything on Jeff Neal, everyone, all they say all the time is that man is a goddamn workhorse. Very talented. Again, like I said, I think he deserves to be top 15 if he gets his win and has to work at a restaurant. That needs to change. That needs to change soon. Does he not get paid much in the UFC? I mean, a lot of these guys don't get paid much in the UFC. I'd have to check his last salary, but he's on his first UFC contract, which is usually, if you're not a big name in another organization like former champ or something like that, or with a following, it's typically somewhere between 12 to win, 12 to show, or 35 to win, 35 to show. I'm pretty sure he's not at 35 and 35, to be honest with you, though, on his first contract. Here we go, guys. Nico with the forward pressure right now, but Neil looking very light, just bouncing. I don't know if you guys see it though. Neil's not doing a traditional feint, but he is, while boxing, stepping ever so lightly in to the box of Nico Price and seeing how he reacts. And you see now he just threw a couple strikes as he got in there for the first time. He's trying to read Nico. Nico's going to want to throw some feints himself to not allow Neil to be able to find his timing, or at least not bite on those feint steps like he is. Kind of a Superman punch from Nico. Oh, nice quick shots from Jeff Neal. Also gets the back of Nico, picks him up, dunks him. Nice slam. There's a scramble. Nico trying to roll on top. Neal able to get his leg out now, guys. This is a fantastic scramble. You can tell neither guy's a slouch in their Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But I believe Neal to have the better wrestling. So let's see. They're now against the fence. Both guys landing little shots. Neal does land a nice left hook. Neal still pushing Price against the fence. Neal disengages, but I feel like he should have stepped in and landed something when he was disengaging that. He had full control. Nice combo from Nico. And a head kick. Oh, overhand left from Jeff Neal. But Nico just walking forward. And unlike the first fight with Mark, Nico walking forward, he's throwing a jab, he's throwing a cross, he's throwing a kick to the body. Oh, oh, nice shots landed from Jeff Neal. A couple of knees to the body from Nico, but those shots from Neal were really hard. Who needs coffee when you got this, right? Me. The answer is me. I need coffee right now. It's like, no. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you disengage that clinch, land some shots, Neil does. He eats one from Nico, but definitely land. Oh! Nico drops Neil. As I was saying, Jeff landed the harder shots. Boom, a 1-2 from Nico puts Neil on his ass. Let's see if Jeff has recovered. Nico landed some shots. I think Jeff was winning the earlier part of the round, but with Nico looking aggressive and having some time on top, he may have stolen the round. Jeff is up now. He needs to leave the impression on the judges that he was inflicting damage early and he's inflicting damage to end. Double leg attempt, successful from Jeff Neal. Able to lift him up, get on top, takes the back of Nico Price, but only has one hook. Nico Price did roll through, but Jeff Neal, just great control, winds up a mount. Ooh, what a fucking round, man. I don't know. You have Jeff Neal with that round? I don't know, man. It's possible, but I do not know. He ended it how he should have ended it, though. After suffering some adversity in the middle to the late of the round, he did exactly what I said he should do. Do some damage. Like, he has to end the round doing damage. You can't let the judges see that last minute and a half, 2 minutes, you getting dropped. Yeah, that was a crazy exchange. Both guys hitting each other pretty hard. But Jeff Neal ending with that beautiful takedown slam. They're showing the, I thought they were showing the exchange that knocked Jeff Neal down. Joe Rogan thinking it may have been a little bit of a headbutt as well. Nico with a smile on his face like, I love this shit. Let's go. We love this shit too, Nico Price. Thank you. All right, we are in round 2, guys. Fantastic round 1. If you put a gun in my head, I say Jeff Neal won that round. Very close, though. We saw a bizarre split decision in the first fight, so who knows. Oh! Jeff landing a nice shot. Oh! Both guys landing. Guys, it's just a tornado right now. I think Jeff Neal is more hurt than Nico is. Nico pulling guard with a guillotine, but Jeff Neal gets a side control, a half guard. Jeff Neal now on top in half guard. What a crazy exchange. But Jeff Neal winds up in the dominant position. Now in side control. Now has the back. Nico, really good. Rolling his hip out, getting into half guard, and then transitioning that into full guard. Jeff Neal landing some strikes out of full guard, though. Being on top. Oh, Jeff landing some really clean shots in that full guard. I think Nico is really hurt. I think Nico might have been out for a second, to be honest, when you got woken up from his head knocking on the canvas, but that's just me. Man, if I'm Jeff Neal's corner, I'm loving everything I'm seeing right now. No point of. Oh, Jeff landing some really hard shots in full guard. Oh, Jeff's corner yelling for him to pass the guard. But why? He's about to knock him out off full guard. Yep. Yeah, the ref's going to end this soon. Those are hard shots. Yeah. 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 What a fight indeed, man. Fuck. Both guys hug it out. Always nice to see that type of respect and camaraderie. But man, oh man. Jeff Neal was throwing torpedoes at Nico Price through his full guard. You don't see that a lot. That's strength. That's athleticism. That is a professional server. Like, can you imagine that man serving you a burger and fries? Come on. Dana White, pay that man. First of all, if anybody's getting served by Jeff Neal and don't tip him, you brave? You brave? Or you don't watch UFC, are you brave? I'm like, you can just take my card, homie. It's cool. You can hold that. Premature with that. Stop it, Joe Rogan. What are you talking about? No. No. Joe Rogan saying that they could have, and guys, I'm sorry. I was so excited about this fight. I didn't even scroll down to have the stats live. I'm sure you didn't mind, though. Let's take a look at those stats here. Nico Price just more so upset that he lost the fight. He's not calling an early stoppage. He's not, mad at the ref or mad at Jeff. He's just, like, damn, man, I trained hard. I lost. And I understand that. Sure, we all do. He's happy he was just in a war, though. Man, make sure you give them a bonus, Dana White. That's fight of the night right there. I'm going to listen to Jeff's post-fight. And guys, for the last time, give me 2 seconds. make sure this setup didn't die on me, y'all. And we are good to go. They're showing the lineup for this Tuesday's Dana White's Contender Series. Again, the next time I will be live will be for Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not been watching Dana White's Contender Series on Tuesdays nights, you have been missing out. Do not miss another episode. And join me this Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dana White's Contender Series. You think Fight Night will be Max Holloway versus Frankie? We will see. I hope so. At least give Jeff Neal performance of the night. One of the performance of the night bonuses. That man at the very least deserves that 50,000. Guys, we are already to the co-main event. Can you believe it? There is no way in hell that Chris Cyborg is afraid of Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is the woman's GOAT. You will not hear me say otherwise, no matter who I am a fan of. And I still say there's no way that Cyborg is afraid of Nunes. I don't think Cyborg is afraid of anyone. I think Dana White said, hey, fight her on this day at this time. And Cyborg said, hey, I need a little bit longer than that for a training camp. And Dana White said, oh, Chris Cyborg's scared of Amanda Nunes. Because that's what Dana White does. But at the very least, that equates to Amanda Nunes getting more clout, and I don't think they properly market Amanda Nunes at all. Yeah, we're going to see where Cyborg's head's at. She does have to deal with her boss saying that she's afraid of the person that knocked her out and took her belt away and took her title away of being the scariest woman on earth. Cyborg's either going to come out and allow all that to affect her, lose, and probably wind up leaving the UFC, as this is her last fight on a UFC contract. I doubt she chooses to come back if she loses again. I think she just goes somewhere where she can make as much money as possible. But if Cyborg wins like I think she's going to win, which is violently and quickly, then I think she comes back to the UFC because she wants a piece of Amanda Nunes. She wants that 145-pound belt. She is the reason that 145-pound belt exists. Do you forget that? She is going nowhere, in my opinion. She will regain her position as the scariest female on the planet in her rematch against Amanda Nunes this year at MSG. Again, Mike Jesse MMA is now responsible for any predictions that do not come true. But that is my prediction, man. I think Cyborg wins tonight from KO or TKO. And I think she fights Amanda this fall/winter. Either on whatever card John Jones fights in December or at MSG in a co-main event. But yeah, if Cyborg loses the fight, I think she goes to Bellator. Scott Coker would back up the Brinks truck for her. And why wouldn't you? She could say, oh, I was stressed about Dana White. You know, I had all these distractions in the UFC, but now it's new, and then just kill everybody in Bellator. I fuck with Spencer's walkout music, though. Old school. They chant every Pee Wee football team played on their pads. Doom, doom, boom. Doom, doom, boom. I will give Felicia Spencer this though. She is legitimately a 145 pounder, unlike most of the other people that Cyborg faces in the UFC. There's not a lot of 145 pounders. It's just not a deep division in the sport, in the planet right now. Like literally, there's no country just like oozing with 145-pound uh, MMA champs right now. Joe Rogan said that Cyborg cuts down from 180, 185, but I do not believe that to be accurate. The last I heard, when she was cutting weight, she cuts down from 170, 175. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. UFC does not give you easy fights, really, um, to pad your record with. They do give people favorable matchups. I'm not going to name anybody. you know, leave that to you guys. But overall, you're not getting an easy fight in the UFC typically. As you win, you go up in competition. That's really how the UFC goes. And the UFC is already the cream of the crop, so I will not fire shots at fighters on this show. I hope to one day have the opportunity to talk to a lot of these fighters. I don't need anybody being like, yo, my manager checked your shit out, bro. I saw that shit you was talking back in 19. Guys, I hope you are excited as I am right now to see Chris Cyborg return into the octagon after seeing her defeated so soundly, so viciously, so immediately. You know? Jeez. Did not expect that at all, but I am happy to see her ready to fight again. Of course, the question being, is she ready to fight? We're about to find out, I'll put it like that. Coffee number 2 down. And we're talking about Cyborg's mindset. Spencer, this is her second fight in the UFC, and she is fighting Chris Cyborg. Where is her head at right now? This is the biggest stage she's ever been on in her life. Yes, she was an Invicta champion, but are we going to compare an Invicta championship to fighting in the co-main event of UFC 240 against Chris Cyborg, the former scariest woman walking the planet? The 145er? The reason 145 exists in the UFC? To potentially fight for a belt that only exists because of Chris Cyborg? We need to talk about where Spencer's head is at as well, to be fair. Yeah. I agree. Spencer might need to come out here just like an animal and just attack. Whether it's with the takedown or trying to establish some stand-up, which I suggest he goes for that takedown. But I think if she tries to play it out and fill Cyborg out, I don't think Cyborg's in a filling out mood. I don't. Guys, we don't get those stats up for you. Here we go, y'all. Let's go. Ooh, both girls coming out swinging. Oh, Cyborg just forward, throwing a lot of bombs. Only 30 seconds in, y'all. Oh, Spencer is coming in aggressive, but she's eating shots when she's coming in. She agrees with she has to be aggressive. The question is she skilled enough to be aggressive against Chris Cyborg? She's landed a shot. I think Cyborg's cut open. Might have been from one of those Felicia Spencer elbows. Spencer with Chris Cyborg pushed up against the cage. Oh, needed a body from Cyborg, and then Cyborg spins her around against the cage. Spencer immediately gets Cyborg back against the cage, but it's eating some pretty stiff knees to the body. They're in 50-50 position right now. They're pummeling. Felicia Spencer gets double underhooks, but then loses them. Oh, disengaging though. Cyborg lands some heavy shots on Felicia Spencer. Felicia Spencer does answer, but eats about 4, 5 shots. Cyborg bleeding, looks unfazed. Nice jab from Cyborg. Jabs in, and ooh, Felicia does not want to be on the end of those combos. Cyborg not landing the end of that combo, but she's throwing nicely. Lands a nice leg kick. Felicia does not take it well. Falls. Gets right back up, but that hurt. Another outside leg kick from Cyborg. Those are hard. Felicia needs to start checking those ASAP. Cyborg keeping Felicia against the cage. And you know, Cyborg's not going to waste that opportunity. When she has you in, like again, what Luke Thomas calls the danger zone, outside of those lines where the logos are, she is going to charge you. She is going to throw punches and bunches, and she's going to try to end you. Look, not letting Felicia Spencer regain the center of the octagon. Nice leg kick from Cyborg. She's like, oh, you want to come back in the center? Eat that leg kick. Oh, you want to come back in the center? Eat that jab. Eat that cross. Body kick, jab, hook from Cyborg. Felicia finally able to circle back to the center of the octagon. But Cyborg, she just has the smarter footwork. Guys, I don't know about you. I have fucking chills right now. Oh, my God. Nice jab from Cyborg. Felicia came in, tried to start. I guess she heard Amanda Nunes say, all you got to do is hit Cyborg hard. No, you have to hit Cyborg hard and have the skill to know how to move with what Cyborg's going to do and land with something like Amanda did. If you hit her hard and just hit her hard, now you got to piss off Cyborg after you. Scary. Oh, nice lead elbow from Felicia Spencer. But Cyborg then blitzes her. Felicia does land, but every time she lands, she eats a bunch of strikes for that shit. Oh, nasty knee to the body from Cyborg. Felicia Spencer trying to work the single leg against the cage. Not many people successfully take Cyborg down. Another knee from Cyborg. Cyborg is not very worried about Spencer's takedown. She's just widening her stance, taking her hips towards the ground but against the cage, and just has a really strong base and lands those knees when she wants to. She's pretty comfortable right now with her back against the cage, which is not good for Felicia Spencer. You want to make Cyborg uncomfortable in this position. This is where you should be. Well, this is where you want to have the advantage. Cyborg just so strong in that clinch. Ooh. Joe Rogan saying Cyborg looks tired, but I mean, she's breathing a little heavy, but I don't know if she looks as exhausted as he's saying. While Felicia, I believe, is standing, not even using her stool. Cyborg is breathing heavy, but she is also in a professional MMA bout, so they are keeping a high pace. They're showing how that cut happened. Really good lead elbow from Felicia Spencer. Felicia Spencer has some good elbows, but Cyborg, you see, just landing more in those striking exchanges or breaking off the clinch. Cyborg is killing Felicia breaking off the clinch. I want to see Cyborg throw some body kicks. She's landing some nice knees to the body. Make some kicks in there. Joe Rogan keeps saying Cyborg looks tired. I don't know. Nice leg kick from Cyborg. Or body kick from Cyborg. Felicia caught the kick but not able to do anything with it other than drive Cyborg against the cage. Joe Rogan is all over Felicia Spencer's lady nuts. I feel like Dana whispered in Joe Rogan's ear like, hey, yo, bro, you know what to do. Wink, wink. Hey, what's going on, Mystic? Welcome, my man. How can we make picks without you? Yeah, those elbows are good, man. Spencer's definitely surprising me. I thought she'd be out by now, to be honest with you. She is looking good, but I think Cyborg's winning this fight. Spencer with those elbows in the clinch, like those, I don't even know what you call them. Joe Rogan called them a no-book elbow. I guess we'll call them that for now. A no-see elbow. Whatever the hell he said. But she didn't land a few. Felicia Spencer now looking like the stronger fighter in the cage. Max or Edgar, I have Max winning that fight. I think 145 belongs to Max until someone proves to me otherwise. Well, Cyborg now has... Oh, wait, did Spencer pull guard on Cyborg? She's regretting that because she's landing some vicious ground and pound Cyborg is. You don't pull guard against Cyborg. What are you doing? Mystic, if that's what you say, then that's what's going to happen, bro. Cyborg is landing some really good ground and pound. Spencer threatening with an armbar / triangle attempt. Omoplata? Nope. Cyborg able to get her elbow out of that. You can see the skill level of Felicia Spencer's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, though. She literally threatened 3 different submissions in like that 3 to 5 second period of Cyborg just moving her arm out. She can't get the omoplata. She needs to get that shoulder into that triangle, we'll call it. And she doesn't have it. She barely has the elbow. Cyborg not really in a lot of danger right now, but she definitely wants to get that arm free so she can get some ground and pound. She does. Looks like she's going to let Felicia Spencer stand. Back to the feet they are. Oh. Felicia tries to take down each one from Cyborg. Joe Rogan says Cyborg's tired, but she still seems to be keeping up this pace. Felicia's the one walking forward, though. Nice 1-2 from Felicia. Not very powerful, but she does land him. Body kick and jab from Spencer. Nice jab from Cyborg. Leg kick. Joe Rogan getting confused, saying that there's 3 more rounds after this for Cyborg. But this is not a championship fight, as Joe was just corrected by Anik. It's weird for a Cyborg fight not to be for the belt, but yeah, Joe, we all feel that way. This again being a 3-round fight. Cyborg's landing some nice shots. Now it kind of makes sense that Joe Rogan was talking about her being tired, because he's like, oh, she looks tired like this. How is she going to stay, this base for 5 rounds? 3 rounds, Joe. Nice body shots from Cyborg. Oh, nice Superman punch from Cyborg. We were talking about Cyborg's mental. She looks to be in this shit to me. I don't know. What do you think? The return of the beast. Amanda, is you watching? I am positive she is. And I'm positive she's loving this shit. Guys, if you're just joining me, we are on about to be in the 3rd round of the co-main event of UFC 240, Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. Of course, this being the co-main event is Cyborg versus Felicia Spencer. Very good fight so far. Very action-packed. Cyborg, I have her up 2 rounds to none. Felicia Spencer needs something big this 3rd round to come out with a victory. Cyborg has had a cut on the top of her forehead, but it hasn't been bothering her much because she hasn't got hit much since then. She's landing way more shots than her counterpart, Felicia Spencer. Felicia Spencer was landing some nasty elbows in round 1. Not so much in round 2. I would like to see this fight 5 rounds. It is unfortunate. Nice leg kick from Cyborg. Guys, this is your first time stopping by. I appreciate the support. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget about the competition. We will mention those rules after this fight. Nice leg kicks from Cyborg. Nice leg kick. Joe Rogan talking about Cyborg's cut and not knowing if her body holds up to the weight cut. Cyborg looks fine to me. I'm not liking the rhetoric on this from Joe right now. And I'm a huge Joe Rogan fan. Who am I to question that man? But I'm not sure what he's seeing right now. Cyborg landed some nice knees and a hook off the break. Nice jab from Cyborg. Nice jab from Cyborg. Cyborg has a really nice jab. Follows up on that jab. Meanwhile, Spencer lands one at a time, a jab, then a cross. Nice head kick from Spencer. She thinks it lands harder than it does, tries to rush in, but Cyborg just takes the foot. The shin does not connect, luckily, for Cyborg. It's good to see Spencer still aggressive. Really good gas tank. Cyborg still landing those knees to the body really well. Oh, those knees to the body are insane from Cyborg. As she lands a nice shot, another right. I think Felicia's feeling it. Yeah. Cyborg clinched. Not sure why. She had Felicia hurt. Another knee to the body. Cyborg probably not trying to gas out. Those knees to the body are so vicious. Felicia's really tough to keep eating those. Nice jab from Felicia, but not following up. Another jab from Cyborg. Cyborg's going to land that jab, land it again, and then she's going to follow up the next time she throws it. Both girls missed jab. Nice leg kick from Cyborg. Cyborg with another jab. Combo. She's been doing that all night. Nice teep kick from Spencer. Jab leg kick combo from Cyborg. Jab cross from Cyborg. Oh, Cyborg landing some hard shots. Spencer is really tough. You don't see people eat those hits like that. Nice leg kick from Cyborg. Oh, she's throwing a couple combos to the body. Cyborg did as well. Mixing it up all throughout the fight. Keeping a great pace. Joe Rogan, what the fuck are you seeing? I don't understand. Cyborg looks fantastic. Ugh. Just throwing 4, 5, 6 punch combos non-stop. Cyborg is an animal. 10 seconds left. Cyborg still attacking. Both girls throwing. Nice combo to end the fight from Cyborg. The ref has to literally tackle Cyborg. Like, fight's over. Don't do it to her. Guys, let's check out the stats before we hear this decision, which I believe should be 30-26 Cyborg. I think that third round was a 10-8. Again, 30-26 Cyborg is what I'm calling. But I give it to her. Spencer, I didn't think Spencer was going to make it out this fight. She did. She showed that she can take a hit and give them as well. Just not able to keep up with that pace. She looked like she had the bigger gas tank, yes. But Cyborg never stopped, no matter how tired she looked on the bench or after the round. She never stopped, man. Kept throwing all fight. Never looked like she was throwing sloppy strikes or weak strikes. $125 strikes landed for Cyborg. That is insane for a 3-round fight. Doubling 61 strikes landed from Felicia Spencer. Almost tripling her significant strikes. 40 to 111. Let's hear the decision. Yeah, I'm definitely a Cyborg fan. 30-27 victory from Cyborg. I definitely want to hear what she has to say on the mic. Like I said, I had it 30-26, but 30-27. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that. Oh, Chris Cyborg runs on top of the cage. I want to see if she's actually going to talk to Joe. All right, there we go. Let's listen to what she has to say. Please call out Amanda Nunes. She thanks Felicia Spencer for her first cut.
I do appreciate the fact that she loves Big L so much. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan is saying, is Amanda Nunes next for you? Cyborg saying, I'm going to let my manager talk to y'all. Of course, this being the last fight on her contract, she doesn't want to oversell. You know, she pretty much wants to put everybody in a bidding war. Dana White, not a Cyborg fan, but he has to know that Cyborg equals good business. Well, he doesn't have to. He's Dana White, right? But we'll see.
He's Dana. Dana does what he wants.
We shall see. Guys, we are to the main event of UFC 240, Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. That fight did not go how I thought it would. Again, I thought it was going to be a finish by Cyborg. But was that not an entertaining fucking fight? Come on.
Does that mean she's not as strong as she used to be, or she just is upstanding?
Hopefully she's just like a true 145er. She was able to eat those hits.
It was true 145 and all.
She fights a lot of bloated 135ers. Because not a lot of 145ers in the UFC. It's like 3. According to UFC.com, next week's main event, main card, I should say, starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to keep checking that throughout the week. I'm not sure why it's starting at that time. But that's what the UFC.com is telling me. Really strange start time.
People tired of staying up till 3 in the morning.
Guys, before we get through this main event, if this is your first time joining me, please subscribe and thumbs up the video, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. And do not forget about our contest going on, which I will announce the winner at a fight card in August. I will announce that fight card sometime next week or on the next time I go live, Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dana White's Contender Series. Yes, we will be live for Dana White's Contender Series. If you are not watching Dana White's Contender Series yet, you are doing a disservice to yourself, your kin, your ancestors, your future descendants. Like, what are you doing with your life on a Tuesday night other than watching Dana White's Contender Series? Come on. Last week they gave away 4 contracts. Week before that, 4 contracts. Week before that, 5 contracts. There is nothing but KOs, submissions, and wars on Dana White's Contender Series. And we will be live Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, to watch that together. What else could you ask for on a Tuesday night? Come on. Again, that contest is get 5 people to subscribe to either my YouTube or my Twitch. They then comment and at you, say, hey, I followed or subscribed you via X. And I will enter X into the competition to win $100 worth of real official UFC merchandise. If you are lucky to win, I might even be willing to let you pick out your own shit. How about that? What more could you ask for, guys? Again, am I asking too much from you? We shall see. I will announce that winner at a later date in a August card. I will announce that winner next week, maybe. during my live broadcast of Dana White's Contender Series at Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. And come on, it is too easy to get 5 friends to sign up and add you. $100. You could buy a laser for that, according to Dr. Evil. Get your life together. Guys, I cannot wait for this main event. They're showing promo videos. I'm done seeing the promos. I've been watching promos all week. Let's go. They're showing a preview for the Fast and Furious spinoff, aka Fast and Furious 27. I think eventually you need to let things go. As always, guys, when we cover the Dana White Contender Series, in between fights, we will have a discussion about all the fights on this card, reactions, thoughts, who's next for who, what's next for their divisions. Do not miss my broadcast next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dana White's Contender Series. As always, guys, I appreciate all the support. Thank you for joining me. We are here for UFC 240 Live, awaiting the main event to start. Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. Let's take a look at the records of these two men. Of course, Max Holloway being one of the few champions to ever be defending their belts, coming off a loss. That loss being at the weight class above 155 for the interim championship to Dustin Poirier. Max Holloway did look undersized, surprisingly. I say surprisingly because everyone's been calling for Max Holloway to move up to 155 for a while, him being big for 145. But he didn't look huge. He did not look like a 155er in there, to be honest with you. With that being said, Khabib was called out for saying that Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier was a draw. I agreed with Khabib. I think that fight was a draw as well. Everyone said Poirier won, no questions asked. Dustin Poirier definitely looked like he won. He definitely looked to land the harder shots. He looked to just be the stronger, bigger man. But I feel like if you're scoring around by points, I think Max Holloway did enough to have a draw, if not win, arguably. Go back and watch that fight. Don't forget, we're not scoring like old Pride rules, saying who won the fight based on just the fight. We're scoring first round, second round, and so forth and so on, all the way to the 5th round. Where you watch that fight and tell me what you think. Tuesday. Before that, he won against Ortega, finishing him in the 4th round by just laying it on him as the rounds got deeper. You saw Ortega unable to answer the bell. Before that, 2 wins over Aldo, finishing him in the 3rd round each time. Before that, Anthony Pettis for the interim title at 145. Before that, Ricardo Lamas. It had been a while since he lost. Win against Jeremy Stevens. Against Charles Oliveira. I'm sorry. Win over Swanson. Cole Miller. I could keep going on, but why would I, right? He hasn't lost since before he had his kid. And his kid is out there in the octagon with him after the fights, looking every bit the champion as Max Holloway. Max Holloway is a true champion. He's a dominant champion, and I expect him to dominate more tonight. I'm not going to say he is the greatest 145er because Aldo's title reign was just too long. Um, but I think he's the best 145er ever. I also think that he could be a great 155er as well. He didn't have the longest time to bulk up. Dustin Poirier didn't look huge the first time he fought at 155, moving up from 145. It took him a while to grow into the division, to get his body into the division. You see, it's not as simple as just not cutting weight and now you're, all of a sudden a bigger guy. You have to get your body used to that. You have to train your body up to that. So I would love to see him at 155 again soon. Not tomorrow, not the next day, but within the next 2 years, I would love to see him at 155. Take like 6 months to dedicate to just changing his whole physique. He's a professional. I trust him to get there. Guys, how about the Wi-Fi in this Airbnb allowing me to not only watch the fights via the internet, but also have a pretty good connection on this stream? All right. You will get 5 stars, sir. If you guys are just joining me, I am on a little vacation right now in Massachusetts. But there is nothing that would stop me from joining you guys and enjoying this UFC 240, Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway, with you, my fellow fans. Frankie Edgar went over Swanson in his last fight. Looked really good, too. He did have that loss to Ortega, that knockout, the first knockout that Frankie Edgar has ever suffered in the UFC. At least a clean knockout like that. That was a hell of an uppercut. Frankie was doing pretty good that fight, if you guys remember. It was only the first round. But Frankie Edgar was supposed to get a title shot. Max Holloway had to pull out. And like the champion that Edgar is, he said, I don't care. I'll take the fight. I'll do you guys a solid. He lost that title shot to Ortega with that knockout win that Ortega had. Rightfully so. If you knock out Frankie Edgar when he was on that streak that he was, you deserve a title shot. Ortega was also undefeated at the time. So I get it. UFC did nothing wrong. Frankie Edgar risked it all, and he lost. He then won against Swanson, and the UFC said, you know what? Despite Volkanovski being on a hell of a tear right now, Frankie Edgar, you did us a solid. We're going to do you one. And it's not really a solid, man. Frankie Edgar has paid his dues. He didn't have to take that fight, and he did. Some people say, hey, you risked it all and you lost, so you should lose. You should lose your opportunity. Get that streak going again. Other people say, hey, he risked it all. They owe him a solid. No matter how you feel, it's really hard to be mad at Frankie Edgar being the legend that he is and the fighter that he still is, getting a title shot. Before that, really good win and finish against Yair Rodriguez. A win against Jeremy Stephens, and you've seen Jeremy Stephens fight at 145. I tell guys, I've told you guys, even Jeremy Stephens' last fight, actually Gilbert Melendez's last fight, I mentioned it. When people fight Jeremy Stephens, they're out for a while. Look at Josh Emmett. Look at Gilbert Melendez. Those guys got severely damaged against Jeremy Stephens. He is an ox at that weight class. And Frankie Edgar, being undersized in his weight class as he is, especially against Jeremy Stephens, just put his stamp on that fight. Just good outside, and blitzing boxing. Not outside like working the jab from the outside, but just really mixing up, able to get in and out, control the distance, and really good grappling and great takedowns that fight from Frankie Edgar. Did lose against Aldo. Never able to beat Aldo. But a win over Chad Mendes before that, KO. Another win over Cub. Another win over his third win against BJ Penn. Guys, BJ Penn, they matched him up against Nick Lentz. Why are they still giving BJ Penn fights in the UFC? Didn't Dana White just say after that last fight that he wasn't going to do it again? Dana White, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Who am I to question Dana White? But, my man, BJ Penn does not need to fight anymore. He is a legend. He is arguably the GOAT at 155, and we had to watch him in a 7-fight losing streak. At 40 years old. Come on, man. I don't want to see this shit. I didn't watch BJ Penn's last fight. I don't know if I'll watch this fight either. Frankie Edgar with a win over Oliveira. Benson Henderson. I don't know who could be mad at Frankie getting this title shot. The biggest question about this fight. Oh, welcome back, man. Welcome back. I feel that. Max is your favorite fighter? Yo, that is a good fighter to be your favorite. He's one of mine, too. Definitely one of my top. Love watching him fight. Yeah, I know you love yourself some McGregor. I'm really curious to see how Max Holloway looks. We see how Frankie Edgar looked after coming off of that knockout loss to Brian Ortega. He looked really good against Cub, like I said earlier. But now, how will Max look coming off a loss against Dustin Poirier, getting blooded up? Seeing his son cry. Seeing his father lose for the first time of his life. I really want to see how Max looks these first 2 rounds. Because we all know Frankie Edgar can keep a pace. If nothing else, Frankie Edgar can keep a pace for 5 rounds. Shit, we know Max can too, but where is he at right now? Physically, mentally. He's had injuries. He had that scare when he was cutting last minute for that Khabib fight, and I had to pull out. And again, coming off that loss. I'm excited to see how this turns out, man. I have Max, but what do we know? Yeah, I think that hit everybody. I think that tugged on the heartstrings a little bit. Seeing Mini Blessed, as they call his son, crying and upset. But he was consoled by Dustin. He was consoled by Shaq. That was cool. Everybody was out there. Mm-hmm. Again, guys, if Frankie Edgar loses this fight, which I don't want to jinx him, I want to see him move down to 135. I think that's long overdue. As I say, I hate weight cutting now, right? How much of a hypocrite am I? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Come on, Mike. You're better than that. But I do think he'd be a problem on 135. Though he does train with Marlon Moraes, a top 135er. So I get it. Just like when DC, Kane, and Luke all stayed out of each other's way in different divisions. All being oversized for their divisions. Other than Kane being a heavyweight, of course. I feel you, man.
They should create an ultra heavyweight for DC.
Yes, there is a super heavyweight division for MMA. It's just a bunch of huge, fat, unathletic guys. So it will never make its way to the UFC. But yes, super heavyweight is a thing in MMA. It is horrible. Yeah, it's really bad.
Didn't start with a
Probably. Here we go, guys. Round 1 of the main event. I do like how they put the champs in the black and gold. Mm-hmm. Max Holloway, of course, the reason why people said he should move to 155. He looks so big at 145. Look at his size compared to Frankie Edgar. Of course, Max Holloway joking that he can't take advantage of the size advantage all the time, though, because he has short arms for his height. Calls them T-Rex arms. Let's see if Frankie's able to get in, though. Because even though Max Holloway might not have the longest reach, he does have a longer body. He can mix it up with kicks, even though how much do you want to mix it up with kicks against Frankie Edgar and that bull double he has. Holloway did a nice jab. Frankie tries to make him eat a couple for it. Frankie definitely has to do that though. Max likes to jab and just start finding your rhythm at the end of his punches, and just keeps laying it on you as the fight goes on. So he's going to want to answer those jabs with either a leg kick or something over the top. Say, hey, I'll eat a jab, but you're going to eat something for it. Nice head movement as always and footwork for Frankie Edgar. But he may want to be careful circling uh, to Max Holloway's right so often. Max doesn't really have one punch power, but you don't want to eat more damage than you need to in a 5-round fight. Joe said it. Both guys just filling each other out. Oh, nice uppercut as Frankie Edgar comes in. It's a really good uppercut from Max. Both men trying to figure out the other's rhythm. Nice leg kick from Frankie. Lead cross from Max. Because he's so long, that might be something that's going to be successful. Being able to get in there with that cross. And then the jab as it comes out. Leading with an uppercut now. Maybe he saw something in that Brian Ortega knockout footage. That Frankie's susceptible to that uppercut from longer fighters. Oh, Frankie able to get inside. Frankie just good head movement and footwork. Able to get inside, land a couple, get back out. Some of the best boxing you'll see in MMA from Frankie Edgar. Something that allowed him to, that along with a really good wrestling game, led him to be able to be a lightweight champion at his size for about 2 years. Oh, nice left to the body from Max. Another nice uppercut following that jab from Max. Frankie trying to go forward, but as Max gets into that danger zone, he jabs out of it and circles out. Frankie is landing in these exchanges, though. He's able to get in and just throws a few and then gets back out before Max is able to really answer with anything substantial. Max likes to keep you on the end of his jabs. Oh, nice uppercut from Max. Cross to the body from Max. Nice leg kick from Frankie. It's jab to the body from Max. Max is trying to feint to get Frankie to react and then throw on a jab cross combo. Both guys landing. That is a really hard round to score. Yeah, definitely. Help me out, guys. Who do you have winning that round? I'm saying Max, but am I saying that because I picked him to win and I'm trying to go 5 for 5 tonight after going 2 and 6 last card? Maybe. Who knows? All right, looks like you guys are agreeing with me that Max is up 1 round to none. But very close round, very good round. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining, bro. Did Cyborg win by decision? Yes. Yes, she did. But she looked really dominant doing it. Really, really good fight for Cyborg. Kept a really strong pace, won 30-27 unanimously. Spencer just ate some really big shots and able to survive, but Cyborg looked fantastic in her return. Guys, we're in the second round of Frankie versus Max. Both men run to the center of the octagon. Max trying to double up that jab. Frankie, as always, really good head movement. Max lands a jab, but eats a combo for it. I like how Frankie ended that combo with a leg kick. More of that. Nice overhand. I think that did get Frankie just behind the ear. No problem, bro. Yes, I would have loved for Cyborg Spencer to be 5 rounds. Really. There could have been so many stories of that fight because Spencer seemed to have a good gas tank. Cyborg was keeping a really good pace, but could she have kept that pace for 5 rounds? We don't know. I think her next fight would be 5 rounds, though, against Amanda Nunes. The rematch everybody wants to see. Oh, nice cross from Max Holloway as they disengage. Surprised Frankie isn't trying to enforce some wrestling, some dirty boxing against the cage. He's content making this a boxing match. As I say that, Frankie shoots for a double leg. I guess I'll shut the hell up. Unable to, though. Frankie, of course, not trying to waste too much energy. He saw he didn't have that initially. Got him against the cage. And didn't want to just tire himself out in a 5-round fight. We were less than halfway through the second round, so I get it. Exactly. Nice 1-2 combo from Max. I feel like Max is controlling the energy of this fight. I think Frankie is landing, but when he lands, he's putting a lot of energy into 1, head movement that does take energy. 2, footwork, getting inside in those quick bursts that he does. And then trying to throw multiple shots because he knows he needs to take advantage when he is able to get into that box of Max. Versus Max looking really relaxed in there, holding his ground, landing as Frankie comes in, landing as Frankie goes out, or just landing, walking towards Frankie. Really more controlled energy output from Max. That's not to say Frankie's going to get tired. He can keep a really high pace for 5 rounds. He's used to it. But Max is doing a really good job controlling, let's call it, the ebb and flow of this fight. I like it. As Max is pressuring him, that Max, the shifting of the shoulders. Am I going to go to southpaw? Am I going to stay conventional? Am I going to jab you? Am I going to hook you? Just getting you to think and react. And then when you react, he's like, there you go. I love it. Frankie, good head movement, able to land a hook coming in. Frankie gets in there so smooth. Tries to go for a single leg, eats a hook for it. Frankie does. Nice jab from Max. I love Max's jab. He steps into it stiff. Anytime Max forgets to put his hands up, though, he is eating something from Frankie. Frankie's making him regret any mistakes. As to be expected. Frankie's waited a while to get this Max fight. Long time coming. Max lands to the body. Frankie then throws. I don't think he landed. Looked to be blocked. Nice leg kick from Frankie. Head kick from Frankie. Frankie goes for a takedown, unable to get it. Tries to throw off the break. I love when guys are faking that single leg just to create that opportunity to land some strikes. You're seeing people use that more and more now in the UFC. Really smart technique. Aljamain Sterling does it pretty well. Spinning back kick attempt from Frankie. Misses. So then Max lands one to the body of Frankie. He said, nah, that's how you do that technique, young man. Frankie probably learned that from Marlon. I also have it 2-0. Guys, if you're joining me for the first time, please subscribe and like the video, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Follow and subscribe so you do not miss any live coverage or original content, as in predictions, news, etc., and a bunch of original content coming soon. Catch me live next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Dana White's Contender Series. If you are not watching Dana White's Contender Series yet, get your shit together. It is can't miss TV. 2 hours of non-stop action of really good MMA. Nothing but knockouts, tap-outs, and wars on Dana White's Contender Series. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have a contest going on my channel. We will announce the winner in August at one of the cards. I will announce that winner next week, maybe next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Dana White's Contender Series. Join me live to find out. That contest is get 5 people to subscribe to my channel, comment on any video, and tag you or give me your username, and I will enter you to win $100 worth of real UFC merchandise sent wherever you like. I may even let you pick it if you are so lucky. We are in round 3 of Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar, UFC 240. I have it 2-0 Max Holloway. And again, I had Max Holloway winning this fight. Let's see if I can go 5 for 5 tonight, guys. Because I did horrible on my picks last week, if you joined me then. But we don't look back. We look forward. Both guys in the middle of the octagon. Nice body kick from Frankie. More of that. He doesn't really have to worry about Max taking him down. There you go. Another body kick from Frankie. Superman punch attempt from Frankie. Unsuccessful. As Max doubles up on that jab. The 3rd and 4th round is when Max likes to turn it up. Let's see if he's able to do that with someone with as big as gas tank as Frankie Edgar. Very few people have the gas tank Frankie does. Both guys trying to get some nice body shots. Another nice leg kick from Frankie. Keeps landing that. Both guys landing in these exchanges. I think Frankie may be getting the better of those exchanges, though. Landing that that hook over the top at the end of those exchanges. Frankie lands that left, but unable to land that right hook over the top. Frankie tries to level change as Max comes in with some strikes, unable to get a successful takedown, though. Nothing really on the break either. If you told Frankie he would not have a takedown halfway through the 3rd round, I'm sure he would be not feeling too good about his chances of winning that fight. Not that Frankie's not looking good on the feet, but I feel like Max is overall looking better. And there goes some of the crowd booing. This crowd sucks tonight, man. Frankie now going to the body. Does land a few. Might find more success going to the body. Goes for a spinning back fist. Doesn't land hard. Max is leaning forward, walking forward. Lands really nice jabs on Frankie. Again, one while Frankie's backing up, one while he's coming in. Frankie goes for a single leg, shoots really deep, tries to hug it, but Max is so strong, pulls it out, and lands some nice strikes off disengaging from that. Max does. Tries to land that overhand. Right, misses though. Nice body kick from Max. Oh, jab uppercut combo from Max. Look like it might hurt Frankie. Jabs Frankie and takes his mouthpiece out. Max now blitzing him. Frankie has no mouthpiece. Guys, and Frankie gets the first successful takedown of the fight. Nice double leg. Has Max against the cage, but you see Max pushing Edgar's head down to not allow Frankie to get much leverage. Max landed a nice elbow from the bottom, but he wants to concentrate on getting up. Like Khabib does, you see Frankie trying to loop and feed Max's legs in between his own. Max now trying to posture up. Frankie trying to posture up, land some strikes. Max able to get up in the last 10 seconds. Oh, nice knee to the head from Max. Someone needs to give Frankie his mouthpiece. Yeah, Frankie looks like he's wearing a little bit. He said he's good, but man, he ate some shots that round. Did Frankie do enough to win that round at the end? Yeah, Max. I said it at the beginning of the round, man. John, yeah, I said it at the beginning of the round. Max likes to turn it up the third and fourth round. Those are his rounds. Could he do it against someone like Frankie? The answer is yes. He did turn it up. Frankie ate some big shots. That takedown was huge, though. He even landed some strikes. I don't know. I would still give that round to Max as well, guys. 3-0. Max. Frankie needs to fight for the finish now. Yo, Greg, what's going on? This fight is great, man. It's fantastic so far. Frankie's corner telling him that he won that round. I don't know. Joe saying he might agree. I don't know. I don't. But judges, like I said, we saw a weird-ass split decision in the beginning of the fight, so who knows with these judges. Frankie trying to jab inside. He actually did land that jab. He should have do something over the top. There you go. Ends with a cross over the top that time. Max lands that jab going forward. Lands it going back. That jab is so good. Frankie should try way more takedowns. I don't understand why he's not. Nice jab from Max again. Nice overhand right from Frankie. Yeah, no, Max hasn't looked hurt at all by any of Frankie's shots. Superman punch from Frankie. That leg kick as well. Max is all forward pressure and jab, man. Single leg attempt from Frankie. Really deep, but Max able to pretty much just step out of that. That's the annoying part about trying to shoot on somebody so much taller than you. It's easy to get in there. It's not the easiest thing all the time to finish, especially if they know how to wrestle defensively like Max does. I'd rather try to wrestle a tall, stocky guy and get into their midsection than fight a tall, skinny, athletic guy like Max. Frankie bleeding out that nose. Frankie's been landing some nice shots this round. Max landing that hook, that jab regularly. Oh, now that uppercut, I was just about to say, but he hasn't landed any other real shot, but does land that uppercut. Close round so far. Nice kick to the body, again, from Frankie. Partially blocked that second time. Oh, Max going for that head kick. Just misses. Frankie lands a couple shots, quick shots. Frankie trying to score, man. And he is scoring a lot this round. Both guys still look fresh. It's rare you see two men with such good gas tanks in the fight. You can tell the difference of styles and the different of approaches that they have in their game plan. Frankie in and out, side by side to side, having to get in and out and really take advantage when he does get in. Can't afford to just throw one punch at a time. Max just moving in when he, moving forward most of the fight, but backs up when he thinks it's smart to do so, but still throwing. He is landing some nice shots on Frankie. Frankie trying to go for a shot. I wonder if it's because he's feeling those combos that Max is landing now. This was a close round, but I feel like Max did some nice damage with those combos late. Frankie trying to work a single leg against the cage. Nice shot to the body from Frankie. Oh, a body kick again to end the round from Max. Max tries to dap Frankie. Frankie just looks at him. Like, you were kicking my ass. Don't try to dap me up. Am I trying to hear that? Guys, we are 4 rounds through the main event of UFC 240. Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. If you're a bad judge, it very well could be 2-2. I have it 4-0, Max Holloway. But the way these judges go sometimes, they very well could give those last 2 rounds to Frankie. If I'm Max, I'm still coming out this round like it's 2-2. If I'm Frankie's coach, I'm telling him, or his cornerman, I should say, I am telling him to go for the finish right now. Guys, I think we're about to be in for a hell of a 5th round, though. Do not forget, subscribe, thumbs up, and join me this upcoming Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for Dana White's Contender Series. That is can't miss TV, guys. And who better to watch it with? Come on now. It's the 5th round. Frankie Edgar, Max Holloway for the 145-pound strap. Nice kick to the body from Frankie. Doubles up the jab, Max Holloway does. Frankie, nice kick to the body. Both guys really active. Like I said, I think Max is up 4 rounds to none. But with the way judges go, it could very well be 2-2. Don't chance it. Max has to keep his foot on the gas pedal, like we all know he can. Frankie going for a single leg again. Gets real deep. Max just such strong hips. Able to just sprawl out of it. Frankie not going to stop throwing though. Oh, nice stiff jab. You see the difference. When Frankie lands, it's pit, 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 patter, patter, patter. When Max lands, you just see Frankie's head just all the way get snapped back. It's different, man. That jab lands so hard from Max Holloway compared to the jabs of Frankie Edgar. Jab, then a cross, and a jab from Max. 1-2 from Frankie, though. Look, most guys don't make it this far with Max in this division. So shout outs to the 37-year-old Frankie Edgar for, again, looking every bit as ready as he was when he walked into the cage. But you were facing the champ. The best is blessed, Max Holloway. And he does not quit, man. Oh, uppercut as Frankie comes in from Max. You could tell he really trained that a lot for this fight. Deep single leg attempt from Frankie again. But Max's sprawl, his defensive wrestling, for those not familiar with wrestling, is just really, really good. Frankie's still coming forward. Max still landing a jab. Frankie's still landing regularly when he comes in. This fight has looked the same all 5 rounds, in my opinion, for the most part. Spurts of domination here and there. But really competitive fight. Another close round, guys. These jabs from Max Holloway, though, they're the story of the fight. Ooh, cross from Max. As Frankie tries to blitz in. Body head combo from Max. Everyone knows Max is the inventor of the, hey yo, right here. Right here in the middle of the octagon, let's go. Famously doing that with Ricardo Lamas and creating a trend that has not died since. I believe that was 2015. I say that to say Max Holloway is never done trying to finish the fight until the end. Frankie's still coming in, landing combos. We're at 30 seconds left in the main event. Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. Fantastic fight so far, guys. Kick to the body from Frankie. Leg kick from Frankie. That spinning back kick to the body from Max. Now we see why Max hasn't thrown it much in the middle of the fight. Frankie instantly starts a grappling exchange. Max hears 10 seconds and just tries to lay it on Frankie. Great fight as they both bow to each other. I think I might give that last round to Frankie. Frankie landed more. I think Max landed the harder shots. If you're asking me as a judge, if I'm judging the fight, then yeah, I judge it 5-0. I think it's going to be more like 3-2 or 4-1 for Max. Max looked really, really good tonight, guys. Let's check out the stats before they read off the card. But come on, what more can you ask from Max, who I think has done enough to join his fellow Hawaiian BJ Penn as the only champion to fight and defend his belt off a loss and win. BJ Penn, of course, losing to George St. Pierre at 170. Then going back down to 155 to defend his belt and beating Kenny Florian. For the young guys watching and saying, isn't Kenny Florian the guy at the desk? No, Kenny Florian is also the guy that fought in the Ultimate Fighter and won at 185, and then fought for a belt at 170, and then fought for a belt at 155, and then fought for a belt at 145. Did he win any of those belts? No. But Kenny Florian was a warrior. Let's see. See striking advantage. Yeah, John, give me like 20. I need food. Striking advantage to Max Holloway, 123 to 93. Only takedown by Frankie Edgar. Here we go. Hearing the decision. Yeah, 2 judges gave all 5 rounds to Max. Another one did 3-2 for Max. That's a really good win for Max. He tries to raise Frankie's hand. Frankie's like, man, I'm a vet in the game. I'm not with that. I came for the belt and didn't get it. I respect that. Frankie needs to retire. If Frankie wants to fight for a championship again at 145, then yeah, he needs to retire because that's not going to happen. I agree. He needs to... Hold on, I'm trying to hear Max Holloway real quick. Max ain't here to point to prove. Wrestling with Frankie, keeping a pace with Frankie. Definitely successful at both. I love Max Holloway, man. So I'll fight whatever weight class. I wonder if Frankie is going to retire. Him staying in the... look at all that support that Max Holloway has. That's a beautiful thing. Congrats to Max Holloway for defending his championship. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing him on the sides too, man. But yeah, Frankie retiring and going to 35 is what I want to see. Let's see what he has to say. He pretty much just saying that Max is the best. He is. Frankie just pretty emotional. His kid's here, his wife's here, his family's here. His kids being sad. It's tough, man. And Joe asking Frankie about 135. Frank Edgar's son coming in to console him. Frankie said he's not retiring. He said he's going to just, wants to think about it, see what's next. He's got his son, man. They're both emotional. I get it. It's not the right time to talk to him about that. But I am curious to hear from Frankie Edgar at a later date and seeing what's next for him. We'd like to see him at 135. He doesn't want to talk about that now and make an excuse. I get it, man. He's a champion. He doesn't want to say, oh, yeah, I lost because this is my weight class. Why even show up to the fight, He fought a good fight. One judge thought he had 2 rounds, It's a good fight, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed yourselves. Again, I had a ball. I could not miss it, even not being home, even being 4 states away. Even having to lug all this stuff with me, I would not miss it for the world. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time, subscribe. Thumbs up. Do not miss me next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for 1, Dana White's Contender Series. 2, to hear possibly about the announcement of when I will announce the winner of our competition. And 3, to talk about how we feel and how we react and what's next for the fighters of UFC 240. Guys, I had a ball. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. I will see you next time here live. Next time being, again, say it with me now, 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday for Dana White's Contender Series, guys. Thanks again. See you next time.